If you follow Formula One, there's no way you don't know Sebastian Vettel. The 35-year-old is Formula One's youngest title winner. He's won 4 consecutive world championships between 2010 and 2013. Today, Vettel is 35 years old. He has 53 victories and he's retiring. Vettel says he wants to focus on life off track. What's interesting is that his retirement note focuses on climate change.
Speaking of the future, I feel we live in very decisive times, and how we all shape these next years will determine our lives. My passion comes with certain aspects that I've learned to dislike. They might be solved in the future, but the will to apply that change has to grow much, much stronger and has to be leading to action today. Talk is not enough, and we cannot afford to wait. There is no alternative. The race is underway.
Formula One's links to climate change are no secret. Cars run on racing oil, and racing oil emits CO2, carbon dioxide, but that's just one part of the problem. The bigger problem is the sport's globe-trotting. Formula One races travel around the globe through the year, and along with them travels the equipment, the drivers, the experts, everything. Estimates say F1 releases 256,000 tons of CO2 into the atmosphere every year. 256,000 tons. How much is that? Same as the emission from 30,000 houses in the UK. Vettel has been an open critic of this problem. He's called Formula One a gas-guzzling sport. The racer has not been blind to the irony of his activism, given he's part of the problem, or he has been. Vettel once told an interviewer, "When I get out of the car, of course I'm thinking as well, is this something we should do, travel the world, wasting resources?" Not too long ago, Vettel was spotted flaunting a T-shirt that read, "Miami 2060, first Grand Prix underwater, act now or swim later." Now, given all this history, it's not surprising that Vettel's farewell note features climate change. What comes as a surprise every now and then, though, is this tendency for sports stars to retire citing what we'd call rather woke reasons. For the longest time, a sports star would retire when he or she was physically worn out, either because they were aging or had injuries that were coming in the way of their performance. When was the last time someone decided not to play because they were bored? Meet Magnus Carlsen. He was world #1 in chess, but Carlsen says he's no longer motivated to play the World Chess Championship. Why? Because he's bored. And Carlsen is all of 31. In March this year, tennis star Ash Barty retired. She was world #1. She had 15 titles. She was just 25 years old, but she chose to retire. Why? Barty said she does not have the physical drive or what it takes to challenge oneself. Not too long ago, players would push themselves, play every game, risk fans booing at them, but they wouldn't quit. Not until they had no other choice left. In March this year, Harry Miller made headlines worldwide. He was an Ohio State University football player. He retired because of his struggles with mental health. Miller's story went viral because he openly spoke about suicidal tendencies, about the toll that hate messages take on players. And all of this is very new. You know, sports stars getting so candid about personal struggles, the pressure to perform. Is it a good thing or bad? Is it good for sports or bad? Depends on how you see it. It's hard to say. What we do know is that this trend is growing. It was in 2021 that tennis star Naomi Osaka first told the world that it's okay to not be okay. She withdrew from the French Open to tend to her mental health. Then came the Tokyo Olympics. American gymnast Simone Biles withdrew from the team's final competition. "We have to protect our mind and our body," Biles said. She is a 4-time Olympic gold medalist. She was expected to make history in Tokyo. She decided to sit out, calling her reason unconventional. Would be a misfit today. Unconventional, it seems, has become today's norm. Sports stars are opting out because of boredom, mental health issues, climate change. And we don't know how much of truth there is to Vettel's message. It's hard to discount the fact that his career graph was going downwards. The last time he won a title was in 2019. The last world title, 2013. So whether climate change and family time were the reasons to, or an excuse to retire, we don't know. What we do know is that decades ago, no one would have even thought about citing such a reason for retirement. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.